All right. I don't know what the feature of today's battles are, but I do know that I got sent two different sets. Well, I guess two different battle submissions from two different people, both running Typhlosion separate from each other. And Moore was telling me that he spent 100,000 dust building this team, which actually surprises me. I guess Typhlosion is sort of a budget pick, and many people might have already had Machamp built, but I can understand how Cresselia is quite expensive. And it just clicked because I was always wondering. He also said he spent a charged TM on one of the Pokemon. I wasn't sure which one, but I guess 100k dust plus a charged TM is going to equal Cresselia with Grass Knot. So obviously picked up a negative lead. I kind of skipped that part, but against an Empoleon, you kind of want to get out of there as quick as possible. It is fairly like neutral if you're doing, even damage output with the Typhlosion, but getting into Cresselia is perfectly fine because you can be throwing those Grass Knots onto Empoleon. I wouldn't necessarily bait here because Moonblast does have the opportunity to lower the attack, and I guess he wasn't baiting, but you wouldn't really save anything. That's something that I learned as a Cresselia user for a while now, and that's that Moonblast is one more Psycho Cut than Grass Knot. So even if he wasn't baiting there, it's just a good thing to know that it's very rarely worth it. However, in the mirror match, you can spam only one Moonblast, then spam Grass Knot, and that'll be the better way to go. But this is a very, very losing matchup. I used to run the Zionic team with Cresselia, double Fire Flying in the back, so Charizard and Ho-Oh back there. So Melmetal was just a nightmare for my team. So I know hand in hand, I know very well that they do not go hand in hand. The Cresselia Melmetal matchup is pretty bad, but he is recognizing that Machamp is a really good pick here, and honestly, I would have continued to farm it down. Maybe he didn't want to eat a Rock Slide. I guess he didn't mean to throw that, but he got the shield anyway. Honestly, I would shield this and just farm it all the way down. If he came out of a Melmetal into an Empoleon against the Machamp, this is going to be a really good game for Machamp, and it might be his win condition. So it's nice to see a normal Machamp. It seems like everybody has the... Oh, okay. All right. So this is going to be a Typhlosion sweep. I think Machamp was worth shielding just to get rid of the Empoleon, and it's not like he's going to get a second, it doesn't look like he's going to get that second Rock Slide off, but yeah, he's definitely going to farm down at least a little bit more, get an extra Incinerate in there, because that is a ton of energy, but he's not really going to need it for the Melmetal. Yeah, just a couple more Incinerates, and this game is completely over. Obviously, you can just shield and continue down, so yeah, not a bad game. I haven't seen Togekiss utilized very well in a long time. It seems like Dragons are not really the hot thing anymore in Ultra Cups. I kind of like that because back in my day, back in the earlier days when PvP was not what it is today with how many moves that are available and how many different Pokemon have come out, but nice win, by the way. But Togekiss was really nice because it was just a Giratina counter. That's all you needed. Every team needed to have a Giratina counter, and now we have the Premier Cup for Ultra Cup, so obviously the Dragons aren't really too common down there either, and it's kind of nice to see such a common Pokemon sort of lower down the ranks because I'm not a huge fan of Charmers. I'm not sure how much time is in between these battles, but let's there we go. All right, sorry about that. Giratina versus Typhlosion. So this is a wall situation. I'm not sure. I skipped ahead, my dumbass, but I'm not sure why he stayed into that. He has, I guess, not a great backline. Cresselia is like really neutral against Giratina, and you definitely want to keep all your other Pokemon away. So this is tricky. I don't really know because I'm kind of scared knowing that if that Giratina swaps out, he is in a bad situation. Maybe the Giratina swapped in. I shouldn't have skipped ahead. I just want to save some time because I saw that the lengths on these battles were quite long going into this, and I don't want to waste too much in there. But yeah, the Cresselia versus Giratina matchup alone, this specific matchup is one of the reasons I actually take breaks from Ultra Cup a lot of times, because I like Giratina. I like running Cresselia. I like both of them. And if you put them both on a team, you are going to have some very slow matches. And this mirror match takes forever. The attack fell is great. You definitely can't farm down with Machamp, but you don't really need a shield either. So I guess you can just throw up enough to get a couple of cross chops. Maybe don't literally throw up. The battle's not quite that far along yet, but getting a lot of energy is definitely nice. But yeah, he's just going to throw the Rock Slide because honestly, if he doesn't land a Rock Slide, I think Giratina can actually win this matchup. Okay, all right, Giratina went down. That's not bad. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. So it looks like Machamp was essentially dead weight on this team. However, every single one of Cresselia's moves, except for Future Sight, which many people don't run, is resisted by Fire types. One of those interesting little factoids for you. Something that's good to know if you're running Cresselia or going against a Cresselia even. And that's that Moonblast, Aura Beam, and the Grass Knot are all resisted by fire. Obviously, a lot of the fire flyers are going to be taken neutral with the Aurora Beam, but it doesn't really matter. It's a pretty not great ice. That is a fantastic catch. He came in with Typhlosion to get Cresselia to throw the Future Sight, the only move that's not resisted. Then he hot swapped straight into Cresselia, no HP. That's a great play. Really, really good. Well done. And Muck is not going to be having a good time with this team. I think you can just shield and maybe not farm all the way down. Maybe get up to 2 blast burns. The opponent might know that they need that Muck alive. I don't know. If he shields this, I think they can get to a Dark Pulse, and this might be it for the Typhlosion. Oh, but they're just going to let it go. Okay. Well, they do have Future Sight, but it takes a long time to get there. Can he get to another blast burn before the Future Sight comes in? I honestly don't know. I didn't think so, but maybe the opponent panicked and didn't throw the Future Sight. Yeah, I didn't think so. Unfortunate. Well, and I do really mean unfortunate. Like, many people don't run Future Sight. It's objectively kind of worse to run it over like Moonblast Grass Knot. I think the coverage on Moonblast Grass Knot is just so superior that you kind of just have to, but clearly there are certain situations where Future Sight is the way to go. All right, another terrible lead. Typhlosion has, I want to say, no play against a Giratina. However, Blast Burn is still going to hit like a truck, so it's not that bad. Even resisted, I think it does like 30 or 40%, which is a respectable amount for a resisted move, so it's worth, like he did there, farming up a little bit of energy before swapping. And then, as I already discussed, his backline has next to no play. So at the risk of skipping something that might be, like if the Giratina... Okay, all right, I'm glad I didn't cut ahead. That's why I prepped it, because I know that like that matchup alone is something I have seen way too many times personally. If you're new to the game, then I'm sorry if some of these videos can be annoying. Leave a comment, seriously. I don't want to inhibit anybody's growth in PvP, but when you have battled in Ultra Premier for as many, or Ultra in general, the Ultra Classic for as many seasons as I have, Giratina versus Cresselia is like instant mental checkout. If I ever see it in a video, I check my phone because the matchup just takes so long. And honestly, Melmetal and Cresselia are a similar reason. So Melmetal, I've actually been trying to build one for Ultra League. I got a rank 1 for Great League. I've only ever gotten as high as a 98% and a couple of 96s for Master League. I do have a 96% that's level 40, but I don't want to put my... Togekiss. That's not going to be good for the Machamp. But honestly, we did some good damage to Melmetal there. Typhlosion can kind of handle it. And honestly, if you're going to see Togekiss anywhere... I mean, you got to see it at some point, and Machamp's kind of dead weight against it. I would farm all the way down with Typhlosion. Shield whatever potential ancient power, and then just unload the Blast Burns into Charizard, into Giratina. Now, you do want to be careful of Melmetal coming in. And okay, all right, so it definitely came with Giratina. Maybe the opponent hot swapped as well. It doesn't look like it. I think it's just going to be Giratina. How much damage does this do? Okay, yeah, he's going to shield it, which makes sense. Okay, interesting swap. I would have thrown the second Blast Burn. Maybe he's just going to let this go. Honestly, you could do either. Because if he shields that and then throws the Moonblast, then it would take it down into the 0 shield. And I think you're going to be okay there, but I wasn't keeping track of Melmetal's energy, and he honestly could have a Rock Slide. So this is definitely a spot where the opponent might try to catch, but he threw the move. Definitely shield this. You can't survive the Dragon Breath afterwards. That's good. And Melmetal probably going to, come in and... Ooh, that is exactly what we were fearing. Yep. You got to be careful of that kind of thing. And he tried to no-bubble it. He tried to undercharge it, but yeah. No, that's all right. You got to keep track of that kind of stuff. And that's one of the most stressful things as a player on a personal note, because sometimes you can't avoid that. Sometimes if you wait, you die. If you throw, they're going to catch. And it's like, what do you do? How do you control a victory? You don't. Sometimes they catch a move. It happens. Okay, so switching into Muck, that's very good with Machamp. In fact, I was going to recommend staying in with Typhlosion, but on an immediate second thought, I wonder, why not keep that on the Charmer, get Machamp out on the field, get that away from the Charmer as much as possible. Missed a few bubbles there, but... that's okay. That was tactical undercharge. He's going to farm him down. That's exactly... Ooh, Gunk Shot. Fantastic shield. Most of the time, I wouldn't shield a Muck, but yeah, Sludge Wave hurts quite a bit. And I'm pretty sure he's only going to get to 1 Gunk Shot there. So yeah, definitely just going to throw that, take it down. Charmer's 100% going to come in. So not a big deal. That is a Best Buddy Clefable. And I think that's probably a perfect one, because I saw another one in another video today at 24E3, the exact same CP. So maybe that's just the number that you can XL a perfect one before it caps out. I'm not certain. I'm just guessing. Okay, definitely want to farm down Typhlosion. So I'm so used to like Talonflame, where you don't want to farm down. You actually want to throw the Flame Charge and boost your attack. But in this case, well, we're not boosting our attacks. You kind of want to just keep... Oh my goodness, they shielded. Why? You have a Giratina in the back. What were you keeping the Charmer alive for? Oh my goodness, Warkasa. I think what he might be having going on is like, on the right side of some phones, maybe iPhone has this, it swipes into the desktop. So you gotta disable that, man. That's all right, though. It doesn't seem to be affecting the matchup. And since they're both locked in, like, we know how this goes. He spams Moonblast. Giratina spams Shadow Sneak. And there we go. The Charmer comes back in. All right. And I might be able to make it to a... Oh, my goodness. So I think he resists every single move. A Clefable only has Meteor Mash and a Fairy move that they use. So, yeah, he could probably farm this down. Oh, please tell me he's Solar Beam. Shield this and Solar Beam. Solar Beam the Giratina. I want to see it so bad. Just do it for the BM. You know this game is won. Oh no, that's okay. That's you know, it's just the smarter play. I can't blame him. But you want to see it, right? Oh my goodness, I thought it'd do 30% or more. Not even. That was like 20%. Okay, Giratina is a harder wall to Typhlosion than I thought. Yeah, so that's... If you're going to be running... Ooh, Moonblast would have been... This would be fine. If you're going to be running a Pokemon like Typhlosion, which hard loses to one of the most popular picks in Ultra League, Giratina, maybe double Giratina counters in the back would be good. Perhaps maybe a Charmer instead of Machamp. Obviously, he's picking up wins here, so what am I saying? But, you know, that's interesting. Although... To be fair with Morkasa here, I feel like a lot of his wins have been Giratina staying in when he swaps in Cresselia, because that is a neutral matchup. It's not like it's something they need to get rid of. It's not like, oh my goodness, the Dream Lead. That is exactly what you want to see. Double super effective. Let's go. But honestly, I feel like if the Giratina swaps out immediately, avoiding Cresselia, that could be really bad down the line. So... I hope one of these games actually shows that kind of thing happening, because I'd be interested to know how that goes. So this is interesting. This is definitely why I recommend Grass Knot over Future Sight, because Future Sight seems kind of redundant. It's mostly neutral and very rarely necessary. It's also the most expensive charge move that Cresselia has. And Swampert is a Pokemon that just... It happens. It's like an Achilles heel Pokemon, because Swampert is so undoubtedly good. Like, it has great matchups against so many Pokemon in this game. But if you get a Grass type on the field, it's like it crumples like a sheet of paper. And so that's one of the reasons I actually took a break from Swampert. I used to use it all the time because, you know, it's a budget pick. It's a high-ranked budget Pokemon. Its charge move is only 10,000, just like all the starter Pokemon. So a lot of people have it, but as you see, one Grass Knot is all it takes to just completely shut it down. All right, Moonblast. I would honestly recommend staying in this matchup. Seriously, like, I think he's still going to be able to... Oh, yeah, I think I'm wrong, yeah. I thought that he might be able to get to another Moonblast, because he's going to need it. This is going to be an uphill battle. If I was going to say, maybe it's an Ancient Power. Why are you running Ancient Power? That is an outdated move nowadays. Like, it used to be really good. That used to be the standard thing. Obviously, that boost was nice, but not what we were going for. But nowadays, it is bad. Like, you're going to probably see this not KO. I'm not 100% on the stats on Typhlosion, but yeah, he's like, look at that. The Blast Burn is doing as much as the super effective Ancient Power. The resisted Blast Burn, super effective Ancient Power. Yeah, it's not too great. And of course, yeah, you definitely want to keep... honestly, I forgot about the Scizor. So, having forgotten about the Scizor, I might have recommended coming in with Machamp versus Giratina. I know it's not winning, but obviously this is winning too. Oh my god, such an unnecessary catch. An Iron Head is like not even going to one-hit KO, especially not at... It's just BMing him at this point. That was completely BM. He's just doing that to flex on the victory. There's no other reason to go for that. I think that actually finishes out the first set. So let me see if I can cue this. By the way... Ooh, Frillish, very nice. I am fully assuming that this is the same team. Okay, cool, because this could have absolutely been a whole new team. All right, moving on to the next set. Typhlosion versus Swampert. Worst lead ever. You do not want to see it. However, are we going to Machamp here? Because of Grass Knot on the Cresselia. And super late game, if you can land that Solar Beam, whew, that'll make for a fun time. But this is, again, one of those situations where I believe that the Future Sight is kind of redundant, because Moonblast is going to be plenty dangerous. Yeah, I want to recommend shielding it to just not throw your Machamp away, but, like, what are you going to do? So, in this case, seeing as he's running Moonblast, most likely Grass Knot, you can probably just farm. Oh my goodness, they're running Future Sight again. What is with all these people? Okay, as much as I want to say it's not recommended, it is working great against Typhlosion here. I don't know what to do here. Maybe just sack the Typhlosion and hope Cresselia can finish up the backline. Yeah, I mean, he already lost Switch, so he can get out of there quickly. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so Moonblast is definitely going to be doing a little bit better than Future Sight, because it's that's a shiny Umbreon. I don't know what the IV spreads are on that stuff. I don't know if that's a perfect one, but it's definitely a high IV shiny. Umbreon is I don't know. I don't share like the common negative opinion towards XL Pokemon that a lot of YouTubers do. I know that a lot of people are against XL because many people can't afford it. I completely understand. I'm not a try-hard player, but I have plenty of XL candy. I've been grinding. I have a lot of spawns in my house. And even I am like, yeah, like I can hang with some of these XL Pokemon, but like even Umbreon, I'm only at like 200 for EV. Like I'm not even close. And it's so tanky. Like it's not even fun. You thought I was getting bored over the Giratina versus Cresselia matchup? Anything versus Umbreon, I'm hitting L when I'm watching YouTube videos. I don't know what that Swampert was expecting the Cresselia to throw, but eat a Grass Knot, I guess. Well, that Swampert's gone. That Swampert could have put in a hurtin'. Maybe he was just using it as a third shield, knowing that Umbreon could output some super effective damage, but I don't know. Snarl's not doing too much damage. It's not even doing that much more than Psycho Cut. And you might note here, Foul Play is not doing that much damage. Like it's a good amount, but he's gonna need to throw another one. And this is a great time to bait because a Grass Knot would actually KO here. Now, whether or not he's gonna make it to another Grass Knot and close out the victory, I'm not certain. Yeah, okay. So maybe farming up extra on the Swampert was the only way to get around this. But jeez, it's just so brutal. Whew, Umbreon. And that is where a lot of people have suggested maybe a Premier Cup Classic to filter out the XL Pokemon. I don't know. I like what they did with XL. I think it made a lot of Pokemon more usable than they used to be, but there are certain outliers like Umbreon, which are just disgusting. Now, Shadow Abomasnow versus an Incinerate Typhlosion is fantastic. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. I was going to say maybe stay in with that, but I forgot he had Machamp, of course. That's a great counter to Melmetal. One of the better ones, actually, because even if he has to throw Superpower, one, it's not going to KO. Two, it's going to be debuffed, so it's not that bad if they throw a Superpower. You'll see that he's just going to counter once and then take it out. Oh, maybe twice. Okay. So even still, great matchup against Abomasnow. Ooh, great matchup against Swampert, too. Wow, this is just hardcore alignment. Honestly, I can call it before the game even ends. He's just going to do as much as he can with Machamp, probably die to a Hydro Cannon, let it go down, come in with Cresselia, spam Grass Knot, get shields or don't, and then Incinerate just eats alive the Wow, is he trying to flex on him? Is that what's going on here? Is he trying to use a Machamp against the entire team? I mean, the whole team is weak to Machamp, which is not great. Oh, why would you switch in with an Abomasnow? Did you forget about the Typhlosion? He doesn't need a shield. Everything is resisted. Unless this is an absolute mad lad running Outrage, which I've never seen somebody run Outrage Abomasnow. Again, kind of redundant because the best matchup that Outrage is going to give you is against a fighter or a fire type, so like Talonflame you can hit for neutral, or against Giratina or a Dragon where Ice would have been super effective anyway. Please land the Solar Beam. Please. Yes. I know he had a shield and I know he had barely any health, but oof. It's so satisfying because that is such a heavy hitting, expensive charge move, and it always seems to get shielded. So to watch that go through is nothing short of an absolute treat. So going into the next opponent here. All right, Typhlosion versus Melmetal. Again, Rock Slide dangerous, but yeah, okay. Definitely want to go into Cresselia. He's farming up. Maybe that was an overtap, but more energy is always good. And this matchup, once again, I hate to be the YouTuber, just keep skipping ahead, but this is like... That was like 20 or 30 seconds, and they're both in the green. Like, as long as they're shielding... Whew, that was literally over a minute. And then he... What happened here? Oh, he didn't get the Moonblast off, and he knows he's walled. Yeah, that is a bummer. I'm sorry. So we essentially just skipped a minute-long shield-burning session between Cresselia and Giratina, leading into lag or whatever it was, not letting him get the Moonblast off, and Moonblast is the only way he takes out a Giratina. That's brutal. Yeah, I might recommend looking at a different Pokemon other than Machamp. Looks like a pretty solid team. I mean, Typhlosion and Cresselia is a great core. Getting in the extra Incinerate, fantastic. But maybe something that handles Giratina better. Maybe like a Scizor or... Escavalier doesn't have a better matchup against Giratina. I'm not certain what you might be lacking here, but it could be worth investigating. Did the opponent get in a secret Incinerate? It didn't play the animation, but I think he snuck one in. Yeah, and I think he recognized that and is catching on a Machamp. All right. It's still going to hurt. It's still going to hurt for a lot. So I'm not 100% the play there, but he definitely has a move for whatever's coming in. You could have definitely gone one more to the Rock Slide, but that's okay. I'm sure he just panicked through. This is a situation where Future Sight is fantastic on Cresselia because, yeah. Well, you're going to be able to resist the Vine Whips. I would yeah, seriously, Incinerate is going to do so much damage that you can definitely shield this. He might be able to farm the Venusaur all the way down. I'm being generous. Yeah, okay. I think throwing this and either getting the KO or the shield is definitely going to be good. And then Cresselia's bulky. Cresselia might be able to just Psycho Cut down. I learned this recently, that Psycho Cut is apparently one of the lowest damage outputting moves in the entire game. But it's also one of the highest energy generations, which is probably why they gave it to Mewtwo, so it can spam charge moves while not outputting that much, and I thought that was interesting. Did you know that Confusion is also kind of a clone of Dragon Breath? Did you know that? Because apparently they output the exact same damage per energy, they output the exact same, what am I even saying? They don't cost energy. They generate the same amount of energy, and they do the exact same amount of damage in the exact same time frame. Just that Dragon Breath is a 1-turn move, and Confusion is a 4-turn move. Look it up. It's interesting. So they're like clones of each other, but very different. And it's very different because a lot of people might have never even known that. And it just shows how you make one thing different, and it makes a whole world of difference. All right. So that was an easy win. Nice little team comp alignment there. Not bad at all. How many battles do we have left here? Okay, video's getting a little long, but I think we got 1 or 2 more matches. Yep. Are we going to see back-to-back 3-2s? Yeah. Once again, I think, I don't want to be too much of a broken record, but while we're waiting for the next battle, I think Machamp might have been the dead weight, which is something I never thought I'd be saying on a team, because Machamp has been in every YouTuber's titles, it seems, recently, and everybody's all about Machamp, but, you know, some teams don't need him. All right. Ampharos, this is very, very neutral. Yeah, I think he can tank a Thunder Punch pretty comfortably, but he can't take more than 2. He got an extra Volt Switch through, but I think he also got an extra Incinerate. So they're pretty balanced on energy. Blast Burn would definitely KO. I would shield, yeah, and just keep it going, I suppose. If there's, I don't know, I want to say if they're staying in, they might be weak to, but depending on the shields, either one could win in here. If he shields this, I'd dip. There's no way you're going to keep up. Yeah, I'd get out of there. Okay. All right. We're just going to let it go. Oh, Lynx is tagging for a raid. If you guys want to get some raids going on, join our Discord down below. Morkasa is definitely a regular there and a huge supporter of the stream. So I definitely glad to be covering his battles here. Dragon Pulse. Maybe not the move you want to go for. Double Thunder Punch would have certainly been better. And I think in this case, believe it or not, I still think Rock Slide does more. I want to look this up. I've been curious myself for a long time. Let's see. Machamp, Pokemon Go. Let me do this real quick. I want to know the quickest way to look this up, but I'm probably doing it wrong. I'm going to go to Game Press's site and then just do the math. All right, so we got Cross Chop and Rock Slide. All right. Open this up in 2 different windows. That's Discord, not the other window. All right. Rock Slide. Oh, I got it. Okay. So, Rock Slide does 75 base damage. That's after the nerf, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that a Heatran? Yeah, that is a hard wall. I am so sorry. I don't know who runs Heatran in Ultra League, but, well, I guess it completely hard countering Cresselia makes it kind of a spicy pick. I'm not 100% certain. All right, let's do an end of the video math session here. Let's go. So, Cross Chop, you can actually see this, does 50 base damage. If you apply the 1.2, I believe it's 1.2 stab bonus, it goes up to 60 base damage. And Rock Slide does 75. So yeah, if it's ever neutral, like against Muck, for example, just keep throwing Rock Slide, and you'll definitely be glad that you did. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to submit any battles, link down below. Join our Discord, subscribe, Twitch link down below, where I sometimes do battles. I'll see you guys next time.